Hello and welcome to Device Advice. I'm Emmet Ryan. Now, in one of our previous videos, we had a look with Connor Pierce of Samsung at the new Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. Connor showed us around the phone, but today we're going to actually have a bit of a play with it. We're going to talk about it. I'm just going to tell you about my experience using the Galaxy S6 Edge. So, with the video with Connor, he showed you a lot of the functions, a lot of the features. I'm just going to tell you how that worked out on a usability standpoint. Here's the phone itself. Yep, we've got it on black here, power off. Nice reflection, but as you can see here, it's not exactly the most intimidating phone going, which is probably a good thing at this end of the market. Now, the one thing you will notice, however, is it's really, really light. Now, I'm a huge guy. We don't hide this fact in Device Advice. But the first thing I noticed with this was just how much lighter it felt than the S5, and to a lesser degree the S4. S4 obviously a smaller phone as well. But this doesn't feel like a premium end phone, which I know we kind of go, what does that mean? Well, you think about the Z4, you think about the M9 we had in a previous video. You think about the big Androids at the premium level today, they feel like they got a lot of power. They feel like there's a lot going on under the hood. This doesn't, and that's kind of surprising because there's so much to like about the S6 Edge. It's lightweight, very easy to glide across, and the curved screen, which obviously people go, is it a gimmick, is it not? It actually makes sense because when I'm in meetings, often actually in this room here, the last thing I want to do is be looking like I'm playing with my phone, but sometimes someone's got to send me that text, someone's got to message me, it's a work-related query, and it can come up on the side here. I'll just see a slight light, it'll be a nice change of color as Connor was describing in the previous video, and it works. It's like I can sit down, I'm not interrupting anybody with the meeting, I'm not looking like I'm ignoring people, and it's generally a better overall feel. So this phone, would I get it if I have a HTC? No, being blunt. It's not an M9, but the difference here is you're talking a sliver of a difference in the market. The M8 to S5, I felt there was a much bigger gulf. This Samsung come right up, right behind HTC. And also, I just look at this from a business user perspective, and I'm thinking there's massive upside here for that. The business user is going to look at this phone and go, it's very easy, side of the table in a meeting, and happy days. And you can also color code, as Connor mentioned in the previous video, different contacts. So you know if it's someone you actually need to talk to, it's them coming through. Like you'll see red, you'll see purple, whatever color it is you need to do. And again, that sounds a little gimmicky, but again, it's all about that user experience, which is the thing, obviously, in all devices we talk about today. And yeah, so overall, great phone, fantastic battery life. It is, unlike the HTC situation, well worth the upgrade. If I've got an S5, I'm making this jump tomorrow, no question. This phone is a huge upgrade in the previous generation of Samsung, and it needed to be as well. There was a lot of pressure on Samsung with this particular generation. We all knew this going into Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, and frankly speaking, I wasn't convinced they were going to deliver. I thought it'll be a better phone, but I felt they'd almost topped out in terms of ingenuity at the S4 level, that they weren't going to go much further in terms of creativity, and they needed to get a big refresh. They clearly have done that with the S6 Edge. It's very different to the standard S6 feel. The normal S6 itself, which you may have seen, looks a lot more like just another S5, only it's got all the functionality of this, but without the curved factor. And that curved factor is huge, like I was saying. Corporate users in particular are going to see so much benefit to that. And yeah, I really can't speak highly enough of this phone, to be honest. It's not an M9, which is about as, that's not exactly an insult. Like not being a HTC One M9 is just meaning you're not the absolute best in the market. This is the absolute second best phone in the market today. As an Android user, can't speak much higher of it than that. And yeah, so if you're a Samsung fan, Galaxy S6 Edge, no question, well worth a get. As ever, Device Advice, would love to hear from you guys. Please leave a comment below. Please subscribe either side. And tell us what you think. Am I wrong to be saying this is worse than the M9? Am I right? Or would you rather we went with something else entirely? Let me know. As always, we don't just respect your comments, we really like them as well. And we want your feedback.